Hey, welcome back to the Western Oklahoma Wake Up Show. My goodness, we are just a little more than a week and a day away from the primary runoff election. I know there's been so much talk about the governor's race and the state superintendent of schools, state senate, but we also have some other local races that are very important. One of them is for Ouachita County Commissioner, District 1, and we have Chris Shields, one of the candidates, in studio today. Good to see you again, Chris.
Yeah, good morning.
Appreciate you coming in. So you have been out knocking doors. You've been throwing out your little rubber ducks. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. I have thrown so many ducks, my arm's sore. We tried to knock doors. It was just so hot. And, I feel like some people want to talk to you, but most of them are like, leave me alone. I'm in my shorts and my lazy boy, just go away. So I throw a duck and I hope they find it.
I was going to ask you about that because it is a different world of campaigning. Back in the old days, people said, hey, you got to knock doors and talk to people. But people are kind of in their cocoons now, and they don't like to be disturbed. They're watching, like my dad, NCIS or Gunsmoke reruns. They're like, I have to press pause. Who the heck's at the door? So, but some people obviously want to talk. Others are like, hey,
I think there's more that would rather look at their phone and see it than to answer the door. But yeah. I still have done both. I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be done either way.
Well, Chris, talk about one of the reasons that you're running. It's kind of an interesting situation because if I remember from our last time, you actually work in District 3, but you live in District 1, so you're already familiar with kind of what a county commissioner does, right?
I actually work at District 2.
District 2, sorry.
Yes, I work for Custer County some. I actually tried to go to work for Bart 11 years ago, and he did, I don't know if he didn't want to hire me, if he didn't actually have room for me, but anyways, that's why I went to Custer County here in Weatherford, and then transferred to Cordell. And anyways, I've been there 10 years probably, and it's just, I'm ready. I think it's time for a change. I'm ready to improve myself, and yeah, I live in District 1. I decided a year ago I was going to run. So I've been campaigning for, a year, 13 months. It's been a long camp. I started word of mouth, went and got cards. I was putting signs out before I even filed. So, yeah, I'm ready.
Well, let's talk about your reasons for running. You have some different ideas?
I do. I feel like, I'm going to put it in some football terms, kind of. I feel like 152 is a 50-yard line. The reason I decided to run is I've seen, I like Bart, he's a good person, don't get me wrong, but I've seen some things that were not getting done. And it's not the hand's fault. It's I think it's an equipment issue. I don't know how he's gotten that predicament, but you can't mow a football field with a weed eater. And that's basically he's mowing, starting in the north end zone, which is corn, makes it to the 50-yard line, and they call and say, hey, we need mowed because it's already been, a month or two. 2 and 3 tractors, you can't mow 1,200 miles. It's 500 and something miles, but you got to turn around and come down the other side. So 1,200 miles at 4 mile an hour, it takes a while. So now he's got to start over in corn, and now the people south of the 50-yard line, which is Cowden, Cloud Chief, you're almost into Carnegie and Mountain View. They're upset because it's been mowed so much up north 2 or 3 times, and we ain't been mowed down south. So, and the same with the blades. He's, had 2 and 3 blades, same thing, almost 1,200 miles. You go one downside, you got to come up the other side. And it just takes a long time. So if I get elected, it's going to take a while. It's going to take me a couple of years to find the money, save the money, buy. You need at least 4 tractors, if not 5. And that's how I see it.
And how do county commissioners get to acquire that equipment? Does that money come out of the general fund? Are there some grants and stuff that are sometimes available?
There's some grants. There's a deal out there now called PAC money, and they don't. That's some other things I've got to really brush up on, but I'm not trying to put the cart before the horse. Once I win a selection, I'm going to start going to meetings and figuring that out a lot more. And the PAC fund, they don't want you to sit on it. They want you to spend it. So if you can spend your PAC fund and try to save your general funds up a little bit to buy some equipment, and there's grants, and you can get grants for unpaved roads. They'll pay for rocking a road, and District 1 has a lot of roads that aren't rocked, and they I don't know why they're not rocked. If they're worth mowing, they're worth having rock on them.
So with applying for these grants, you've got to either do that or hire somebody, right, that kind of is a wordsmith to put the grants together.
You've got to go find them, and that's one of the things I'm going to have to learn. That's where your good foreman's going to come in. You're out trying to find these grants and this money, and he's happened to have your back there at the shop, take care of things, and it's going to help a lot if you have a good foreman, because you can trust things to get done while you're out doing that.
Chris Shields is our guest. He's running for Ouachita County Commissioner, District 1. Talked a little bit about roads and bridges and mowing. Of course, the other role of a county commissioner, kind of a CEO, co-CEO, I guess, of the county. There's been a lot of talk about courthouse security and things like that, with crazy ladies trying to run into the judges and assessor's office.
The assessor thing, I don't know if I want to go into that too much. I think that should have been thrown out a long time ago, I think. I think you had one lawyer on the assessor side thinking maybe, well, if I could win this lawsuit, I can make a name for myself. And on the other hand, the other lawyer's thinking, well, I don't even know why we have a case here. He got what he wanted, and even had budget left over at the end of the year. So basically what it done is it cost the county side, I don't know, $50,000 plus lawyer fees. I don't know who's going to pay for his. Nobody still knows that. Is he going to have to pay for it? The county going to have to pay for it? I feel like, lawyers, they're going to drag their feet because they're getting paid. That's how I see it. Now, I hope that didn't cost me a vote. I don't know if I got any lawyers in District 1 or not, but I think that was, it cost every county employee their safety bonus. And I
heard about that, yeah. And which is a pretty big deal for folks. It's not like county employees are making big bucks anyway.
They're not. What it boils down to is there's just everybody wants more money. Who doesn't?
Sure.
There's just too much month at the end of the money.
Yeah.
I mean, even a tractor a year ago, that same tractor today is probably $15,000, $20,000 more just in a year. So it's just, and it's not going to get any better. That's just the way it is.
Well, in Ouachita County, that's one of the things that you're dealing with. There's been population loss. There's already not a giant base of like sales tax and things like that. And most of that sales tax money is already spoken for. And so is there something, and I don't know if there even is, but as a county commissioner, is there something that you can do to spur more economic development in the county?
Well, it's getting worse. You had Kubota leave, and that's just one example. There's a lot of businesses, small businesses that have left, and we're trying to keep up with I call it keeping up with the Joneses. We're trying to keep up with Custer County, and you just can't do it. We don't have the population. We're more on the side of Kiowa County. That's kind of where we're leaning. So there's not money out there to give. I mean, it's just not there. And, they're having the problems with the emergency services. Signer is I think has signed a deal to come to Burns Flat and for a trial period till I think it's December or January to make sure that they can make money at it, and hopefully that'll all go good. It's just tight. I mean, it's tight.
And it's without a lot of extra revenue coming in right now. Now, I know at the sheriff's department, they've actually started accepting some prisoners from Comanche County and other places where they're actually paid to do that, and sometimes even hold temporarily some ICE. So does that help with funds in the county, or does that basically just go back into the jail?
I think that basically goes back to the jail, and I think they have done a good job and have gotten a lot of grants and money. You've set the budgets and stuff, and the jail, I think they're already, it doesn't seem like that jail's that old, but I guess it is starting to get a little age on it. It needs a new lock system already, and I think it's up there close to almost $1 million to put a new lock system in it. The days of having keys on your hip and, you buzz in, hey, unlock door number such and such, and I get it, but it's tight in every corner of the county. It don't matter where you're at. everybody wants more money, and it's just not there.
Yeah. We're talking with Chris Shields, who is a candidate for Ouachita County Commissioner, District 1. Back more on the Wake Up Show right after this.
I'm Jessica Weingart. I was raised in rural Oklahoma, built my home on my family's farm, and I'm raising my daughters here. I know what it's like to worry about paying the bills, to work long days, and to stand up when things get tough. That's why I'm running for state senate. I'll stand up for our farmers and ranchers, support our teachers, defend our energy industry, and fight to keep rural communities strong. I'd appreciate your vote on August 25th. Paid for by Jessica Weingart for State Senate 2026.
Mike Mazzei has a plan to give $1 billion of your tax money to a foreign Muslim government. You work hard to pay your bills, and Mike Mazzei wants to line the pockets of foreigners with your tax dollars. Protect your future. Protect your wallet. Vote no on Mike Mazzei. Gettner Drummond's plan puts Oklahoma first. Drummond will give much-needed tax relief to Oklahoma seniors, Oklahoma small businesses, and Oklahoma families. And Gettner Drummond will stop the foreign ownership of land and will ban Sharia law in Oklahoma. Gettner Drummond, Oklahoma first, always. On August 25th, vote Conservative Republican. Vote Gettner Drummond for governor. Not authorized by any candidate or candidate committee. Authorized and paid for by Put Oklahoma First, LLC. 210 North Mustang Mall, number 1018. Mustang, Oklahoma, 73064. 405-764-1606.
Summer is hot, and so are the savings at Cummins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford. It's the Make This the Summer event. The all-new 2026 Ram trucks are on the lot, and now's your chance to drive away in a hot new ride with cool summer prices. There's a Ram built for you that's covered with a 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Test drive all CDJR models. Cummins Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Weatherford, just off I-40 or at CumminsChrysler.com.
As families get ready for another school year, we're reminded that the best routines aren't built overnight. They're built by focusing on what matters most. And when it comes to dinner, that starts with quality meat. Get back to the basics with Good Ranchers. Good Ranchers partners with local farmers and ranchers to deliver 100% American meat straight to your door. It's pasture-raised, has no antibiotics, and no added hormones. It's a kind of quality you can actually feel good about serving to the people around your table. For a limited time, you can get $50 off your first Good Ranchers order. That means you can build your own box starting as low as $129. Just visit goodranchers.com/clay to get $50 off anything on their site. Remember, that's goodranchers.com/clay for $50 off. You also get double the free meat with every order on top of the $50 off when you start a plan today. Go to goodranchers.com/clay. Switch to American meat delivered.
At Helios Injection Systems, we put in the work so you don't have to. Specializing in solar and AC injection pumps, manifolding, and chemical tanks, our team of seasoned oil and gas veterans is here to make your job easier. With cutting-edge technology and unmatched reliability, Helios pumps are designed to simplify your operations. Ready to maximize the efficiency of your chemical or methanol programs? Call or visit us at HeliosPumps.com to learn how Helios Injection Systems can help you work smarter.
Because at Oklahoma Bank and Trust, your swipe actually means something. Every swipe of your Arapahoe Butler debit card gives back. You're not just buying lunch, filling up your tank, or paying bills. 5 cents from every credit transaction goes straight to Arapahoe Butler schools. That's a real hometown impact. And they don't stop there. From your child's first savings account, to starting a business, to families buying homes, they've got loans and accounts designed for real life in Western Oklahoma. So yeah, you could bank anywhere, or you could bank where your money actually stays home and does some good. Oklahoma Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back to the Western Oklahoma Wake Up Show. Joining me in the Shepherd Home Health and Hospice Studios today is Chris Shields. He is a candidate for District 1, Ouachita County Commissioner. Let's talk about the area of District 1. What does that encompass?
Well, it's a pretty big area. It's District 1 has the most road miles of all 3 districts. I feel like the people south of 152 have been forgotten a little bit. They feel that way for sure, and I kind of agree with them. If I'm elected, I'm going to remember those people, but I also want the north side to – I'm not going to forget y'all either. I'm just trying to make every corner of District 1 equal and even. Keep everybody happy. I don't believe in this. Let's go. Well, I need to go mow over here because that's where my voters are at. That don't fly with me very well. You need to mow 4 tractors, 5 tractors. Have 2 on each end, 1 in the middle floating. I mean, and it costs money. Bart's got 4 shredders and only 3 tractors. Why do we not have a 4th tractor? It's just it's a money thing. I just want to keep it equal, even, fair, and you're not going to make everybody happy. Somebody's always going to be mad at you. And I tell you what, I get a lot of up around the corn area, and I don't want to turn this into a church thing, but I get a lot of, well, we go to church with Bart. And that's fine. I believe in Jesus Christ as my Savior also, just because I don't go to that church. He's not going to be standing over your shoulder when you check that box. If you feel Bart's doing a good job, vote Bart Gilson. If you want change every day, not just on an election cycle, then you need to vote Chris Shields. And let me prove to you what I can do.
Okay. And so, and you mentioned, the different sides of 152. So is District 1 all of Cordell or portions of it? And then there's like Mountain View.
It's weird because Black Post Road is where District 1 and 2 are separate.
Okay.
There's 1 mile north of 152 that runs all the way up by United, crosses 183. Well, actually, Crowder Road, right there, it tees off, a great big tee. So basically from Grant Street and Cordell east is District 1. The west side of Grant Street is District 2. So, yeah, about, I don't know, I'm going to say 70% of Cordell, maybe 80, is District 1. And that's another thing there, too. District 2, it's weird. District 2's shop is actually in District 1.
Really?
Yes. District 3's shop in Dill City is actually in District 2. Huh. So when something happens in Cordell, courthouse, fair barn, the jail, I've had to go over there and help the jail. Well, that's District 1, or District 2's.
Yeah.
That's District 1. But District 2 is the one that always gets the call because they're there. They're in the middle of town. And I would like to be a little more involved with Cordell because it is District 1, most of it.
Yeah. So why are those shops like in different districts? Was there rearranging at some point?
Years ago, it used to be everything pretty much square.
Okay.
I'm not sure who the commissioner was, or even if it was the commissioner. I think it was. He went in there, and it's like, well, the population's not. This guy's getting way more votes. It's a census. They try to keep the voting.
I was going to say, it has to, legally, each district has to have the same amount of population,
yes.
Right?
The road that goes south by the co-op, that used to be District 1. I think the census is off like 3 votes, so now it's District 2's. I mean, why change it over 3 votes? I don't know, but that's the way it is. And I'm telling you, I'm at a disadvantage because Bart's kin to half of the people in District 1. So if Cordell was not in District 1, I wouldn't have a chance in this runoff. So it's kind of, we're in overtime right now.
Well, it's coming up once again, 1 week from tomorrow, August 25th. And, typically sometimes we don't have a large turnout in a primary runoff, if you will, like this. But since we've got the governor's race, state superintendent, other things, do you expect a little bigger turnout?
I hope. That's I know Bart's family's going to go vote. I've got to get my voters back out there. I don't want them thinking, heck, I ain't got time to go do that. No, you need to go out and vote. If you're ready for a change, go vote.
Are you going to get Dina to vote?
She better. I tried to get her to come with me today, but the other lady is on vacation, so she couldn't make it.
See, Dina's talked on the radio before back in the day. So, well, Chris, I appreciate you coming in. Why don't you kind of bottom line it again, why you think you're the best choice for Ouachita County Commissioner?
I just believe people get too comfortable and I need some new blood in there. It's time for a change. I've got some good ideas. I've been talking to my commissioner friend in Blaine County. I went to Caddo County and seen some things they're doing, some materials, different rock. And I know it's not all about the dirt and the rock and the grass, but there's some roads that are starting to deteriorate, and I've kind of got an idea on my head how to fix the shoulders, and then don't want to give all my secrets in case I don't win, but I've got some good ideas. I'm a thinker. I make tools to help things easier, and I'm a self-taught mechanic, and I believe I can even save the county there, show people how to work on things. I got a funny little story to tell you if you got time.
Yeah.
I had a go-kart, and I was probably 7, 8, 9 years old, and an older kid outrun me on his 10-speed bicycle. I didn't know how to mechanic then. I could spray WD-40 on the chain or what have you. So I went back to the house, and I figured, you touch this governor back there, this thing, it comes alive. So I tied a kite string on it. Old boy, 10-speed rolls up next to me, and I pull that string. He didn't outrun me this time. But my go-kart, we didn't go very far. It threw the rod through the side of the motor, and I didn't tell my grandpa or grandma or mom and dad that I did that. But I won that race for about 300 foot probably, and I started taking the head off that go-kart, and my grandpa comes out and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "It made a funny noise." He said, "Well, that ain't where it came from." So anyways, that's where my mechanicking day started, and I have been a mechanic. Well, I hate to say mechanic because that puts a lot of liability on your head. I'm a big shade tree mechanic, parts changer.
Love it.
But there's not much I can't fix if I put my mind to it, unless it's electronical and you got to have software. But I just feel like taking things to the shop just because you don't want to work on them is, if you can fix it, let's fix it. That saves a lot of money, and I've saved District 2 money by working on stuff. I've put kingpins into Peterbilt, the wheel seals. But anyways, I think I've got good ideas.
Yeah, it's a good skill to have, being able to work on stuff as well.
Those traits are almost gone.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes I call my friends and ask them for help. And I've learned a lot off of you two. I just had to put lifters and roller rockers in my Jeep. It's a double overheaded cam, and I did not want to do it. But this campaign's about draining me. I'm fixing, win or lose this election. Me and my wife are going to Colorado. Good. And me saving the money on doing my Jeep is probably what paid for that vacation.
All right. Well, Chris, once again, good luck to you. The election coming up on the 25th of August. We encourage everybody to get out and vote today.
Well, thank you. I hope you enjoy your duck, and I hope the ladies here aren't jealous. And if they want ducks, I got all colors out there if they want to go get one.
The girls up front will want one. Chris Shields, our guest this morning. Stick around. News coming up next.
Senate District 26 needs a leader who understands our local economy, not someone learning on the job.
Western Oklahoma needs a leader who has a proven record of listening and accomplishing. For over 40 years, I've run successful businesses thanks to the great people here in District 26. Together, we can continue to do great things. Now I'm ready to serve as your next state senator.
For steady leadership and proven results, vote Rick Cook for State Senate.
Paid for by friends of Rick Cook 2026.
The age-old question, what's for dinner? Beef tacos, meatloaf, hamburgers, beef stroganoff, Mongolian beef, chili, beef stew, beef brisket, roast beef, sloppy joes, filet mignon, Philly cheesesteaks. See where I'm going with this? Beef! It's what's for dinner! And lunch, and even breakfast. From pasture to plate, Market 54 on Highway 54 has all the best cuts of meat to feed those hungry mouths. Sam Elliott, eat your heart out.
Market 54 on Highway 54 is your one-stop meat shop north of Weatherford.
All right, 7:33, waking up to 72 degrees this morning with a northeast wind. Might not make 100 today. I'll take it. John Matthews in from the newsroom. Good morning to you.
Beef! It's what's for dinner. Hey, good morning.
Nice voice there.
Thank you. Yeah, just thought I'd hang out. Today's beautiful, but then 106 on Wednesday, 105 tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm hoping to get to 120. I'm freezing this morning.
I saw you with your long sleeve shirts on. I double took when I walked by the studio the first time. Is he wearing a turtleneck?
No, it is one sleeve. It's the Russell Westbrook thing.
What's
I'm
going on?
celebrating
Are you okay?
his retirement. No, I've been fighting. I think it's tennis elbow since baseball season. About the last month of the season, after throwing 1 million balls to my son, my elbow started hurting. And I thought I just overused it. And so I was like, well, I better not throw for a week. That didn't help.
Nothing.
And, when you're right-handed, you can't not use your right arm. I mean, you just can't. Even if you're not throwing the baseball, lifting the coffee cup in the morning has actually been hurting.
It hurts
for like 2 months now. But I don't want to go to the doctor because they'll say, well, we have to do an MRI. MRIs are like $1,800, and when you have
Not
like a
worth it.
$4,000 deductible, it's like, okay, can I move it? Yes. Does it hurt? Yes. But is it worth $1,800 to say, oh, it's a tendon tear, we got to have surgery? That's another $10,000.
Now, at what age does it happen where you're old enough now that I just hurts because I'm old?
And that's what I'm wondering. Could it be like an arthritis thing? Like my wife. Funny. It's not funny, but it is. So she decided a couple of weeks ago, you know what? I used to run all the time, being a soccer player. I'm going to do that Couch to 5K app.
Okay.
So 2 weeks ago, she started running. And, if you aren't familiar with that app, you walk for like 60 seconds, run for 60 seconds, walk for 3 minutes, run for 60 seconds, and then it increases the amount you run. So she did it like every other day for 2 weeks.
Okay.
And then Thursday, first day of school, she comes home and her knees are swollen.
Oh.
and she's like, I guess I'm done running. So she's been laid up all weekend.
Poor thing.
Icing her knees. And I'm like, yeah, I feel you.
Yep. No, it
So,
happens. It's certain. Just
joints.
at a certain age, everything starts hurting more.
What is that? They always have those commercials, during NCIS reruns and Gunsmoke that my dad watches. You got joint pain?
Yeah.
Use Cocoquin or something like that. Yeah, I guess we're starting to pay attention.